Happy Sunday, fun day, coming to you live from the one and only RCs Cocina. So today, I'm excited because I actually have my sous chef with me today.
Hello.
Our son Caleb, who's gonna assist me in today's meal. So I wanna show you what I'm making today. Super nice, super easy. It takes about an hour total, minus the prep time. Very healthy Mexican food. So when somebody tells you you cannot eat healthy Mexican food or cook healthy Mexican food, that is not true. Mine is very healthy, and I'll show you what we're gonna make. We are actually on the hook to make some green chili chicken marinated in lime juice. I am putting it on the side with some black beans, organic brown Mexican rice, and my grandma Keta's famous yellow calabacita, as she used to call it, which means squash, and we're gonna show you how to make that. So wanna show you what we're dealing with in terms of the ingredients. We've got some fresh boneless chicken. I like to use chicken thigh. It's a little juicier than breast, but you can certainly use breast. This has been marinating in the fridge with lime for about an hour. So you do wanna prep it ahead of time and squeeze the lime on there. Don't add any spices yet, just stick it in the fridge for an hour. We've got our organic brown rice. Today we're gonna make some mi tienda organic blue corn tortillas, which is gonna be go on the side. We've got our spices, which is comino, garlic, ajo as we call it in Spanish, cilantro, onion, tomatoes. We have some sea salt and grandma's calabacita, yellow squash. I'm also gonna use this bone broth to make my Mexican rice with. And then on this end, Caleb is actually going to make us homemade guacamole, his favorite. And I actually make really good guacamole. Super simple: lime, tomatoes, onions, and guac. And these are all our ingredients. And then this is actually our green chili for our chicken. And I'm going to show you how to make that in the blender. Okay, so let's get started. We've got the green chilies cooking over here. So Caleb, tell me, you grew up with your mom in the kitchen all the time.
Yes.
Tell me what that did for you.
Oh, gave me great taste. Yeah, always eating family meals, and I'm a Mexican food snob and just a regular food snob now because I've had the best meals growing up. So I like that.
Yeah, and for our family, it's all about sitting down and enjoying a meal together. And never let the kids eat by the TV. Always sit down at the table, no matter how busy we are, and have a conversation to have a meal. So there's something rich to be said about growing up in that environment and also maintaining that environment here in the Contreras home. Okay, so Caleb, go ahead and get started. Let's have those guacs and get them going. So here we have the chili grilling. I've got the garlic going. This is where I'm going to actually brown. We want to do a little onions, a little fresh garlic. While we're doing that, we're going to set the oven to 375. So I'll tell you why this green chicken chili is so incredible. I actually sear it in the pan right before you bake it. You want to add comino on top of the chicken. This is a cumin recipe as well. Now, if you don't like, cumin is a really strong spice. So if you want to avoid the cumin in terms of the richness of the spice, then you want to not put it in there, but I love it. We are going to sear our chicken on high. Again, right under the garlic, right under the onions. And the reason I like to do this before you bake it is it's going to give you that rich flavor. You see all this lime juice going on here? You want to use all of that. You don't want to waste any lime juice. We're going to add some sea salt. Go ahead and get that, go over and get that guac. As Caleb's making that guac, we want to show.
It's
Caleb, tell us what
together. Just chopping these avocados in half, taking out the pits, scooping them in, and then I'll chop up these onions, put some tomatoes in there, some lime, and then just mash it all up and put some tortilla chips in.
And we actually do not put sour cream in our guac because we don't want it creamy. We want it nice and thick, and we don't want any of the dairy stuff in there, so it's pure guac. Okay, now we're going to prepare our organic brown rice. So for those of you that make Mexican rice, you want to prepare this in exactly the way you do Mexican rice. The difference is you're going to use organic brown rice. It is healthier. I'm actually using my avocado oil to fry the rice, so I talk about using avocado oil in all of my recipes. It eliminates all the fat and saturated fat. You don't want any saturated fat in your meals. And then I am doing my brown rice. We're gonna actually throw it in the pan when it's nice and hot. I'm doing about a cup of brown rice. That's perfect, yeah. Chop the tomatoes. You want to actually move it around and sear this brown rice on high heat. Let's go ahead and cover that. As you can see, our chicken is cooking. Okay, now while that's cooking, we are going to make our chili. And it'll be a nice complement to what we're doing with the chicken. Okay, come on over here and let me show you. I actually use the Vitamix. It's actually one of my favorite blenders. You just want to take the pits out of the chili and throw it right in. I am using an Anaheim chili. It's a milder version chili. We don't want to use a chili that's too hot, so take it a little blend. See the rich flavor of that chili? You have the fire roasting going on. You want to blend it really very little because you want it chunky. So this is what I make. This is what I make the chicken with, and this is the final product. It is mild. It doesn't have hardly any heat, but it has all of the flavor that you need. And that's what we're gonna pour in our chicken. Caleb, I want you to chop those the tomatoes up even smaller.
Okay.
When you put it in.
I got my Matt's El Rancho hat on.
All right.
But today I work for RCs Cocina.
Yeah. I guarantee you this will be a lot better food than Matt's El Rancho.
Yeah.
Right, Caleb?
I hope so.
Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna come back over here. And we're watching our chicken and searing it on high. And you don't want to cook it all. You just want to brown it like so. And then you're gonna put your chicken. You want to watch the brown rice too. Okay, so once it's nice and brown, you see how it's brown? You want to make it nice and toasty. Then you're going to add your cilantro. Here. You're going to add your cilantro to it. I like to cook with cilantro. It's a fresh Mexican spice that gives it lots of flavor. And you're going to add your bone broth. Now some of you say, why are you using bone broth instead of regular broth? Bone broth has protein in it. And we like to get as much protein here in the Contreras home as we can get. Okay, great. So we've got our chicken seared. Let me show you what we're gonna do with it. We're actually gonna put it just like it is in the pan. And you wanna keep all those juices that have come off of the, remember you've marinated it in lime for about an hour. So you definitely want to make sure you're putting the juices on there and combining with the juices. Okay, we're going to put our pan over here. And then we are topping it with the green chili you just blended. Now you don't want to put any spices in your green chili because remember you salted and you spiced your chicken, so you don't want it to be too spicy. You do want to saturate it. You want to bake it on 375, okay? And you just pop it in the oven for about an hour. There it goes, set in the oven. Now bear in mind when you're making organic brown rice, it's gonna take longer to make, so you want to add plenty of water to it. I do actually mix the bone broth with water because then it's too chickeny and I don't want it that chickeny, okay? And then while it boils, I'm going to add our spices. We do a little bit of fresh organic tomato. comino, or a lot of comino, I should say. I actually cook with a lot of comino. You want to add the rest of your onions and your garlic, and you want to bring it to a nice boil. Okay. You want to turn it down. It'll take about an hour. You want to follow the directions on the back of the brown rice. Okay. Here's Caleb making his.
How do I do this with the onions?
So what you do is you want to cube it, and you want to chop it really fine.
I got it.
Okay. Now we're actually gonna make our calabaza. Go ahead and get him making that. I'll let prep over here.
All right. Some of the best onion chopping you'll ever see, at least on Facebook.
All right, Caleb, you're supposed to be a sous chef.
I'm not too good at this, but I'm trying my best. My girlfriend says that I'm useless, but
Hey, you're helping today.
I'm doing my best.
So let me show you how to chop sous chef onion, okay? You hold it down and you do this.
Okay.
All right, try that.
All right. Yeah, that feels better.
All right. Okay, come on over here. We're gonna make the calabaza. So this is my grandmother's calabaza recipe. It is a yellow squash. We put onion and garlic. And then we want to actually with avocado oil, we want to high heat fry the squash. Now I do everything high heat because it sears it. And remember, when you're cooking vegetables, and this goes for any vegetable in the kitchen, you don't want to overcook the vegetable because you'll cook all the nutrients out of the vegetable. But we're going to let this sit in high heat, covered. Our organic brown rice has come to a rapid boil, so we're covering it and letting it simmer. And remember, we've got our chicken. While this calabaza is searing, we're going to add organic sweet corn. Now, remember, corn doesn't have a lot of nutritional value in it. I mean, it's a delicious vegetable, if you want to call it a vegetable, but there really is very little nutritional value in corn. So I'm just going to add a little bit of corn, not too many, not too much, because I don't want to Okay, and then we're going to do a little bit of this Himalayan sea salt. And the reason this is Mexican style is because I'm once again adding those Mexican spices. We'll do a little bit of the comino. And that is going to be delicious. We're going to sear it, and this is going to cook seared with the lid on it for about 15 minutes. Again, you don't want to overcook your corn. Okay, let's see how this guac is coming, Caleb.
Okay, feels good to me.
So you want to combine everything?
Put it all in there?
Yep.
All of it?
Just hands and everything.
All right. I washed them.
All right, and then get your spoon.
All of this?
Uh-huh. And go ahead and mush it together. There you go. That is some good guac. This is a really fun Super Bowl recipe too. You can make this for Super Bowl and everybody will love you.
I probably should have chopped this up a little bit more.
No, you don't want to chop it. We're going to do a chunky guacamole.
Okay.
We'll add a little bit of garlic salt and a little bit of pepper. Perfect.
Oh, that does look good.
See how fresh and chunky? So Caleb, you want to leave it chunky.
If I could do this, anybody can do this.
Yeah, see, now you know how to make
Now
mom's
I know
guac.
how, yeah.
Your whole life you've loved it, now you can make it. Okay, now
Yeah.
Caleb, bring it over here and let's tell our guests what we've made.
All right.
So we are in final mode here. We've got Caleb's guacamole.
Yep.
This is our green chicken chili with our black beans, our organic brown rice, grandma's calabaza. And Caleb, you be the first to take a
try
bite of
this
that guac and that
first.
salsa.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's great.
What about the salsa? Try the salsa.
All right. The sauce is perfect.
All right, green
Yeah.
chicken chili.
I like that.
How is that?
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah,
It's nice and juicy and all the flavors popping.
incredible. And the great thing about this is going to be a low-calorie Mexican meal.
Wow, that's
We're
really good.
serving it with some Angel Food pound cake, 0 fat, 50 calories a slice, and some fresh fruit and whipped cream. And that's what we've made today for RCs Cocina for our son's visit from LA. Caleb, we're glad you're here.
Glad to be here. I'm hungry. Let's eat.
He wants to eat. So hey, join me tomorrow, Monday, for my 6th week of reset. We are talking about resetting emotions. I will be at 12:30 on Facebook Live on this page. We're on a reset challenge here till the end of February, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Let's reset. God bless.